What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Sunday edition of The Squeeze. I am Tyler Conium. Bear with me. I do have the Ravens-Titans game on over there, and I'm sweating a first touchdown bet, which I did post in the Discord. So if there's a pause there, it's because I have 4 first touchdown props that I might be paying attention to. So let's talk about yesterday. It was as flat as you could get. 1, 1, and 1. Won back a unit, lost a unit because it was a plus money bet, and then a draw. So we hit the Toronto parlay, which was great. We had the Leafs and the Argos. How about Austin Matthews? Back-to-back hat tricks to open the season. I paid a lot of money for him in my fantasy hockey auction draft, and I'm glad that I did. Leafs win, Argos win. So we cashed that minus 107 parlay. Calgary Flames were up 2-1, ended up losing 5-2 to the Penguins, so that was a bit of a bummer. And then we had the Oilers and the Canucks, which was such a weird bet because I had over 7 there, and it was plus 110. I was like, what do they know that I don't know? Anyways, it landed 4-3, so it was a push. So no harm, no foul there. 3 bets today, 1 in the NFL, 1 in the WNBA, and 1 in baseball. A ton of props and other NFL bets. I already have like 7 units in play that I will be posting in the Discord channel. So if you're not in there, it is linked in the description. Hop in the Discord. You get my full card across the day's bets. And also, if I have won you money yesterday or at any other point, hitting the subscribe button or recommending this channel to one other friend to subscribe goes a long way. All my plays are always free. The Discord is free. So I'll have something like 10 units in play today, and you can track all of that, and it will all be free. Let's get started. We're going to start off in Major League Baseball. It's game 1 of the ALCS, and it's the Battle of Texas. You've got the Texas Rangers and the Houston Astros, and I am taking the over on this game, over 8.5 for minus 114. That is at FanDuel on the season. Texas was 83-72 to the over. The Astros were 86-75 also to the over. Head-to-head, 6-3 to the over in the regular season, and you had totals. This series was in the early September. You had 15 runs, and 19 runs. That wasn't the series. Those were the 3 games. You had 12-3 Houston, 14-1 Houston, and 13-6 Houston in that 3-game series. Starting today in game 1 for Texas is Jordan Montgomery. Now, he's coming off a 4-inning outing against Baltimore. Texas still won this game, but he gave up 4 runs in 4 innings. They won that game 11-8, a super high-scoring game. You've got Justin Verlander. He's pitched very well so far in the playoffs. He's had 2 starts. He had one against, he didn't pitch against Arizona. He's had 1 start in the playoffs. That was against Minnesota. He went 6 innings of shutout baseball. Fair enough. But then you go back to the regular season. The last time Verlander pitched against Texas, 12-3 for a Houston final, so 15 runs there. And then you go back to August, 8-4, so 12 runs there. Again, this number is set at 8.5. The last time that Jordan Montgomery faced off against Houston, he was actually pitching for St. Louis. He went 6 2/3, gave up 1 run. But just the way that these two teams have been hitting, you look at Texas, their series with Baltimore, you had a 7-1 final, an 11-8 final, you had a 7-1 final against Tampa. You look at Houston, a 9-1 final against Minnesota, a 6-2 final against Minnesota, 6-4. 8-1 against Arizona. These teams are just scoring a lot of runs, and I look for something similar here. Maybe you have a little bit of game 1 jitters from both pitchers, and those offenses get off to an early start. So I'm taking over 8.5 in game 1 between the Texas Rangers and the Houston Astros. Next bet of the day, it's game 3 in the WNBA Finals, and I'm going to bet with New York on this one. Now, stay with me here. So Las Vegas has dominated game 1 and game 2. We've taken them both times on the spread. They've covered both times on the spread. Vegas won, again, I got my eye on the football game. Vegas won game 1, 99-82 by 17 points. They won game 2, 104-76. Okay, so they've smoked New York the first 2 games. The series now shifts to New York for the Liberty, and when you go back to the regular season, you'll remember when Vegas was on their big winning streak, New York went into Vegas came into New York, and New York beat them 99-61. That was Vegas's first loss of the season. Then they went back to Vegas. Liberty beat them 82-63, right? They've beat them 3 times this season. The regular season series, they actually won 3 of the 4 games, right? Most recently, August 28th, 94-85. So you're looking at an elimination game here. New York is back at home. I think Vegas wins this series in game 4, but to just completely sweep them out of the yard and dominate them, I don't think it's going to happen. And I am taking the spread here at plus 2.5. So if they win by 1 or win by 2 in overtime, Vegas, we still cash this bet. So I just think that New York does know how to play Vegas really, really well. Are they going to come in and steamroll them? Maybe. I doubt it, but maybe, and we win that bet as well. So give me the New York Liberty plus 2.5. That it's minus 110 at DraftKings. And your last bet of the day, it's a 1 o'clock kickoff in the NFL. We've got the San Francisco 49ers at the Cleveland Browns. This number, in my opinion, is just too low, even though it's 9.5 for San Francisco, and I know they're on the road. San Fran comes into this 5-0, and they're 4-1 ATS. 2-0 at home, 2-0 on the road, 3-0 at home. You've got the Cleveland Browns, who are 2-2 and also 2-2 ATS. They're going to be without Deshaun Watson today. Okay, they were without Deshaun Watson last week against Baltimore, and Cleveland lost 28-3. San Francisco last week played a Dallas Cowboys team that's been playing very, very well. And what did they do? Oh, well, they beat them 42-10. Okay, 49ers have beat the Arizona Cardinals 35-16. They beat the New York Giants 30-12. They beat the Rams 30-23, and they beat Pittsburgh 30-7. So aside from the 7-point win against the Rams, these games haven't even been remotely close. The 2 wins that the Browns have, one was week 2 against Cincinnati, where the Bengals hadn't played well at all. They beat them 24-3. They've lost to Pittsburgh 26-22, and they beat Tennessee 2 weeks ago, 27-3. Again, those with Deshaun Watson. Last week without him, 28-3. Like, I just don't see any way San Francisco doesn't steamroll them. Maybe you can call this a trap game. San Francisco is also 9-1 in their last 10 games going back to last season, 7-3 ATS. These two teams haven't played each other since 2019, so that's pretty irrelevant there. But San Francisco 49ers are the best team in the NFL. Give me them, minus 9.5 for minus 110 at FanDuel. So those are your 3 bets for today. I'm taking the Rangers and the Astros over 8.5 for minus 114 at FanDuel. I'm taking the New York Liberty plus 2.5 for minus 110 at DraftKings. Give me the 49ers to cover minus 9.5 for minus 110 at FanDuel. As always, drop a comment if you're fading or following. Jump in the Discord. Tons of stuff going on throughout the day before the 1 o'clock kickoff games. Audio is on Apple and on Spotify. Have a great Sunday. Let's talk sports.